begin today with a big surprise in the NBA. The Knicks fired head coach Tom Thibodeau. Tibbs led the Knicks to the playoffs in 4 of his 5 seasons at the helm, most recently bowing out to Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals on Saturday. The team just won 50 games in consecutive seasons for the first time since the 90s. Frank, does this move make sense to you?
Well, it doesn't make any sense, except if you cover the Knicks for a long time like I did. I always tell people, remove logic and reason from anything that happens, especially over the last 20 years under the current ownership group here. Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks won 10 playoff games, Tony. In the previous 18 years, they won 7. That's seven playoff wins over 18 years, and they kept moving the goalposts. It was, you have to beat Detroit. All right, you better be competitive against Boston. They beat Boston. Then they lose to Indiana. Everyone's treating Indiana like that's some also-ran team. They were really good since January 1st. So it feels to me like it's a bit of a witch hunt. They wanted Tom Thibodeau out for a long time, whether that's Jim Dolan, whether that's management. But the Knicks are going to go back to doing what they know best, which is losing basketball. When they finally had some stability and continuity and some winning, clearly couldn't handle prosperity.
So I found out about this. I got a phone call about 2 hours ago. And I mean, your jaw drops. What? What are you talking about? They just had a really good year, the best year than they've had in a long time. And Thibodeau was part of it. Now, I will tell you that I would watch these playoff games and I would see him on the sideline standing absolutely still with a pained expression on his face, and I figured he had ulcer problems. But I never got the sense that he didn't have control of the team, and I never got the sense that there was rebellion. Maybe there was. I'm going to ask you the questions that a sports writer would ask in this thing, which is, who are the Knicks chasing? Are they chasing a player and they had to make this change? Are they chasing a coach? Who is running the Knicks? Is it the owner in this case, or is it the general manager? And what is the aim here? Because Thibodeau did a good job by any objective measure.
Yeah, they're all great questions. And, Leon Rose is the president. Leon was once Tom Thibodeau's agent. He's a team president. He was once his agent. There's no way, I can't imagine that Leon Rose wants Tom Thibodeau out. Jalen Brunson said right after they lost Indiana that he had his full support. So that leads me to the owner. Someone got to the owner. The one thing about the Knicks, you get these celebrities that show up at games and they pay crazy tickets. They want to hug the players after games. The Knicks get caught up in all the hoopla. They never get down to the nitty-gritty of what it takes to win. Think about this, Tony. Minnesota has now lost back-to-back years in the Western Conference Finals. Is Chris Finch in trouble? Rick Carlisle got swept last year in the conference finals, blew a game 1. Keep that in mind, blew a game 1. Was Rick Carlisle in trouble? This is just the way the Knicks do business. How about these numbers? The last 2 years, Tom Thibodeau's won 17 playoff games. Steve Kerr's won 5. Ty Lue's won 5. Eric Spoelstra's won 1. There is no perfect coach out there. He did a good job, but for some reason for them, it wasn't good enough.
I'll get you out of here on this, and it's the question anybody would ask to someone who knows about this. Is there someone they have in mind to coach this team, or did they just want to get rid of Thibodeau?
I think right now, I don't think there's somebody that they have in mind. But you know what? Round up the usual suspects. What about Jay Wright, who coached a bunch of the players at Villanova? I've been hearing Jason Kidd's name. I don't know how they're going to get him out of Dallas, but there must be somebody out there now. I just think this all transpired in the last 48 hours. But it's shocking in a lot of ways, but it's typical of the way the Knicks do business. None of it ever makes sense. They finally had some stability and continuity, and it's not good enough for them.